Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel here. I'm just going to be walking through what I eat as a tennis player in 2026 here. Let's get this started. So we're going to do just a quick grocery haul here of what I eat and what I bought at the grocery store today. So I did buy just some goat milk here. This was on sale, so I was like, okay, we'll get a little Dr. Bronner's in on this. Greek yogurt, organic. I try to not eat these as much, but they're really good. Kefir for the probiotics, and grass-fed butter from Ireland. And then lastly, Honey Mama's is goated. So we're gonna be walking through also what I eat for breakfast, and I'll walk through that as well. So for breakfast, I got some pasture-raised eggs here. I have 4 of these. And then I have some Irish butter here that I got from Aldi. So we'll do that with butter. I also throw in a little bit of beef tallow too. Just try to avoid those seed oils. I have a little bit of kefir in the morning. I just take about maybe a third of, or maybe about a cup of kefir every morning. So I'll have about a cup of Greek yogurt every morning as well. And then I also like to pair that with wild blueberries and some local honey. So really, really good stuff here. Avocado every day. Every day have an avocado. Avocados are great for you, good fats. God, I love honey. I just eat this before every time I play. It's great. Really, really good breakfast. I'm gonna go cook it up and then show you guys what it looks after. Breakfast is served 4 eggs, 2 half avocado or full avocado. If you guys know what this is right there, that is broccoli sprouts. You got it. Some goat cheese right there. And then we got our yogurt bowl with our wild blueberries, little drizzle bit of honey on there, and some organic Greek yogurt. Right here we have some bone broth, good source of collagen, good for the face, good for gut and skin health. Collagen only works if you have some vitamin C. So vitamin C we have here, and this is what I'll use to get that and to actually be able to use the collagen, which can help out joints, face, gut health, and everything like that. So for the entree, I got some grass-fed beef patties with a little bit of organic mustard and some organic onions. I have a sweet potato that I cooked up a couple days ago, maybe like 2 days ago, and then cooled it off and then reheated it, which increases the resistant starches, which is very good for your gut microbiome. And then lastly, I'm gonna finish that off with an orange. We all know we need more vitamin C. Vitamin C, very good for collagen production. And then if you couple that with the grass-fed beef patties, you'll be right on track with having healthy skin, healthy tendons, healthy muscles. Things will be able to function right. So that's for dinner. I'm gonna dig in. These beef patties look really good. So, all right, sweet. So it's a lovely evening here in Rochester, Minnesota. We got, I think it's like 60 degrees right now, but it is really, really nice out here. And I wanted to actually get a workout in for today. And one thing I want to work on is plyometrics, especially with my Achilles. So flashback to July of last year, I came very close to rupturing my Achilles, where I actually felt the tendon pull at the bone. And it was my right Achilles, and it's hands down the most like scariest pain I've ever felt in my life, where it's like I literally had to stop. I had to stop the match. I was in a tournament. I think I was up 5-1 or 5-2 or something like that. And it's like, boom, felt that pull in there and felt it just tug at the bone, at the heel bone. Is the scariest feeling I've ever felt. And so now I just got to kind of rehab that. So that was July of last year. We're in May of this year. I'm still in that remodeling phase of the tendon where it's still trying to figure out. I did have a little bit of a setback where I did feel it pull again, but I'm trying to get back to where I was about a year prior from now. So I'm going to be doing some plyometrics here just to try to get that. So I'll be doing a little bit of warm up. I'll try to record as much as I can. Again, beautiful day today. So, well, beautiful evening. So sun's setting right. It's setting right there. Looks pretty. Get some red light in too. So. That's one thing I'd say for certain. Fitness needs to be something I gotta get up. What's great about the human body is that if you give it the right stimulation through things like injury and rehabilitation, that thing will come back, and it will come back sometimes even stronger than what it was before. So, but you got to give it that right stimulation. I mean, in the beginning, when I first injured it, it was a lot of isometrics, a lot of seated calf raise isometrics, a lot of normal, straight leg calf raise isometrics, and then eventually went into eccentrics. And now it's like, I've been on the eccentric phase for so long, and now I'm trying to get into that plyometric phase where it's like, I feel like it's just this 5-10% right here is just holding me back from like fully going 100% in tennis. Like there's something, whether it's psychological, but like I can feel it in the actual tendon, the actual muscle, where it's like it doesn't want to do it. That's why I need to keep continuing to do isometrics, eccentrics, and then incorporate a lot of plyometrics, because that's going to mimic realistic movement on the court. I work for the Mayo Clinic, and the Mayo Clinic has like a t-shirt that I want to buy, and it says the setback isn't as great as the comeback, right? And I think that can resonate with so many of our patients here, and that can resonate with so many other people in the world, where it's like we all have pain, we all have suffering, but being able to overcome that will make you stronger as a person, make you stronger as a human. Every single day I think about that shirt, and I want to buy it, and I think I am going to buy it eventually, because I think there's so much deeper meaning behind a setback versus a comeback. Everybody loves a good comeback story. We've all seen them, when your favorite player gets injured, or you yourself get injured, and then finally a year later you're playing the sport and you're doing it even better than what you were before, or you're back to the same level and you're just happy to be there. So, something to think about. Stop here. I'm going to show you guys what I found in my backpack. We're going to do a little backpack unpacking the backpack. My vibe, right? But tequila. See. I really don't know what it is about tequila, but it really just gets me going. Really just makes me want to party, makes me want to like go hard in the paint and just like freaking dance till I die. There's just something about tequila where it's just like, it gives you that party and it gives you that drunk. I don't know what they're putting in there. It's very, out of all the alcohols, I think it's the healthiest. So I don't drink a whole lot, but when I do, it's tequila. Okay, so I'm just gonna close this workout pretty much by just doing this whole hill right here. Walking backwards up this whole hill, making sure to just keep that knee bent, keep a low center of gravity, and just keep on walking backwards. Good for the knee health, good for easy on the joints too. It's also a good cool down as well. So I'll do this about 2 or 3 times. It's actually a very big hill, so probably 3 to 5 times. I don't know, we'll see how I feel. It's a definite quad workout, so yeah.
All right, let's get into the fun stuff here, guys. Some actual good point play tennis. I know the entire time I've just been talking about working out and doing all of that stuff, but the truth is that that's all the behind the scenes stuff. That's the stuff that I don't like to do. If I could just play tennis and never get injured and never have anything like that, I would love to do that. But the reality is, tennis injuries happen. Rehabbing is something that you must do. Here I am playing with Terry. We're just at a local park here. Terry's like in his early 50s or something. He has 2 hip replacements. Dude is still moving, and he is cracked in a good way. Very good, very solid player to hit with. Just gets that ball back every single time.
Nice, you're good.
What we decided to do today was we decided to just kind of do just drop games, which means just we call it, we don't serve. We just feed the ball cross court. That first ball has to go cross court. Then the point is live. And we basically just play a couple of sets like that. For me, it worked out great because I haven't really played outdoors, right? Minnesota is very cold and indoors tend to play very quick and very fast, and outdoors with all the wind, the elements, the court surface, and everything like that, tends to play a little bit slower, which I just loved to just get used to that. So I love just the constant hitting with everything. So good points. There's a lot of great points in here, a lot of long points. Like a lot of 5-6 shot rallies and things like that, and just tough, grueling, grinding points. It is fun to hit with Terry though, because it's going to be tough every single time. I mean, these shots are just insane, and even being able to get that ball back every single time is crazy. So I have two more tennis videos that I want to show you guys. One I will be hitting with Scott Plays Tennis, and the other one I will also be hitting with Scott Plays Tennis. So it'll be such a fun time to do that. For one of them, we are out on the clay, and for the other, we are indoors at the Rochester Athletic Club. So both are going to be a fun time, but I really hope you enjoy. I'll try to interject some commentary every now and again, but I really hope you enjoy.
Come on, good ball.
At this point, I was a little bit concerned on that slide on that right foot, that right Achilles. I didn't think it would kind of hold up. I'm not really a great slider. I used to be a great slider, but hardcourt I don't slide like I used to. Like a year prior, I was sliding very nicely on hardcourt, very controlled. Could get back in rallies and get to shots that would make my opponent have to hit one more extra ball. But during that slide, I felt pretty confident with it. I had more the Achilles and the calf muscle just kind of felt tight. So it wasn't any sensations of pain, just kind of more tightness, maybe just slightly sore after. But as I kept working the rallies and kept hitting that ball, those feelings of tightness and soreness started to just slowly go away, and my confidence started to slowly go back into my Achilles and being like, okay, it can take some weight, it can take some, there's a definite tolerance, like it's showing signs like it can and wants to go back. All right, right here is probably my best shot I hit all of the night. It's literally insane how I hit this. I have no idea. Terry's working me though, moving side to side. I'm scrambling to get to balls, and look at this shot. Boom.
Holy shit.
I'm in shock.
Sorry.
He's giving me the middle finger, and I'm happy.
Nice.
What is going on, you guys? We're back at the beautiful Rochester Athletic Club. They just opened up their clay courts, and these look very, very beautiful right now. I don't think anyone has even played on these yet. So I'll just give you guys a little update. So I played yesterday with Scott indoors, so you'll see that video, and then I played the day before that with Terry, so you'll see those highlights, and then I'm playing again today with Scott. So it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We've been playing 3 days in a row, so we'll probably have take a rest day tomorrow, and then Sunday we of course did our little workout, and then I believe I played Friday and Thursday of last week. So I've really only had Saturday as a full rest recovery day, so I definitely am due for one. Starting to feel my muscles are starting to go a little bit. Just a lot of outdoor movement. Is outdoor courts are just play a little bit slower, and the rallies tend to be a little bit longer, so a little bit tougher on the body, that's for sure. But clay should be a little bit softer, so my Achilles should be fine. But yeah, just continuing to stretch, so we'll get that started. Other than that, I will set you guys up right back there, and then hope you enjoy.
Here we are back at the beautiful Rochester Athletic Club here. They just opened up their clay courts, I think, recently, and I think me and Scott were the first ones out there to play on them. Right now we're just warming up, getting the body loose. We're going to play a couple of sets out here. Very sunny, not a cloud in sight. The wind was very, very cooperative today as well, which is nice. Rochester's a very windy city, and I think it's great to play in as well, because it makes you have to get adjusted to the wind, which I think is a skill everybody needs to have.
Too good.
Playing on the clay here, I think, was really nice for me.
Good serve.
Because Scott's serve is his biggest weapon. So being able to play on a surface that plays slower, where that ball just totally doesn't have as much velocity behind it. Right as it hits the ground, it just kind of slows down, makes it easier for me to make returns, get racket on the ball at least. Another thing about the clay is that long rallies are going to happen, as well as every single ball you play is going to be hit at shoulder height for the most part, which means that you have to back up behind the baseline. And I know me and Scott were talking about this on one of our changeovers, that clay plays so much. Look at that volley there. Oh. That clay plays so much more differently, where it's like you have to back up. You cannot be hugging that baseline as much, just because trying to take every ball early on a surface that can have some dodgy bounces is going to be really, really challenging. But being able to stand an extra 2-3 feet back from where you normally would stand on a hard court can make a whole world of a difference and just give you that little bit of extra time. And you can also play around with a lot of spins out here. Lots of that top spin ball is totally different out here than it is in a hard court or a grass court. Great passing shot there by Scott. Still struggling to return his serve, I'll tell you that much. But it just really make a nice adjustment there with going down line. Just unwailing on that return. And I will say right there, that shot, I noticed that throughout this whole match watching this video back, is that is something I need to work on in my game, where if the ball kind of dies, it's like a no-pace ball, comes into my backhand, and it just kind of sits up a little bit. I noticed throughout this whole time watching this match back that is something I need to work on. That is something I need to look to get better at, where I either need to... It honestly looked like when I did hit that shot, it was mostly all arm. I didn't really put a whole lot of my body weight into it. So I think that is something that I absolutely need to work on, and I highly encourage everybody out there that is a tennis player to go ahead and record yourself playing tennis, because you will only know, because it's the only way you'll find out is, oh, what am I doing out there? Is this shot right? Is that shot right? You can finally sit there and go, look at the footage, dissect your game, and go, you know what? Okay, that's what I need to do next time. You can watch a couple of YouTube videos also of people saying how to deal with those shots, how to deal with dead balls that are going into the backhand, and dead no-pace balls that are going to the backhand. But the clay did expose that several times when I did watch here, and that was just one example. Nice ace there by Scott. Still pulling aces out. Even on a clay surface, he is still able to pull aces out. Probably the right shot there to go down line. I'm actually okay with that miss. I think it was the right shot there to go down line. I had the space, I had the opening. I played with margin over the net. I just wasn't able to get that ball down, so I'm okay with those misses, and I think that's a good positive way during a match to say, was it a good shot? Like, go for it. You know, it's a good mindset to have when you are playing tennis, is to say, it's all right with the miss, it was the right shot to go for, and then just say, we'll get the next one. I mean, goodness me, every ball is being hit. Look at that. Taking a ball early for once on the clay, you know, feeling like I'm getting pushed around at the back. But the clay is nice because it does work on a lot of repetition. So I think that is totally something that everybody can use in their game, is just hitting high rep tennis where you have to get balls back every single time. It can really help improve your game. So I'm really excited to get back out here more on the clay as the summer progresses. It's a nice little point there, right there. Here we are, indoors now at the Rochester Athletic Club. None other. The best club in Rochester, Minnesota. Maybe even Minnesota. I don't know. Probably not. Maybe, I don't know. We're going to keep moving on. Here we are, just warming up, getting a feel for the ball. You'll notice if you just compare the clay court to the indoor hard court, you'll notice this ball moves a little bit quicker, probably, honestly, a lot of bit quicker. And that ball does not sit up at shoulder height when we are hitting it. We're hitting it around our mid-torso every single time. And we're also standing a little bit closer to the baseline, both of us. So this whole practice session, I believe, we just played a couple of sets, and then we finished off the end of it with just some rallying. I will say and start off that Scott was serving extremely well this night. It was really such a struggle fest to return his serve. I mean, look at that freshman right there. Great serve, great second shot after it. I was very much struggling to return his serve. But that didn't stop me from adjusting and trying, and I think that's something that, I don't know, just a little bit unlucky there. But I think that is something that everybody can and should do in tennis, is if something isn't working, or if you're struggling to hit a certain shot or hit something that isn't working, maybe whether it be your forehand, your backhand, return a serve, your actual serve, things like that. I think every tennis player needs to know how to make adjustments when you are doing it. So I mean, gosh, he's just serving so well. Throughout this whole time, I did try to make a little bit of adjustments. I tried to just take the serve even a little bit earlier, just do something totally different. You also see me taking the serve, or taking at least the return, standing way further back than what I normally would. I even tried just switching to a straight continental grip and just blocking it back. I said, hey, there's no real need to go for anything huge here in terms of power on his serve. I can just use his power and just redirect it, because I know I can rally, and put balls in play constantly. So look at that poking there. Great body serve right there. barely able to get a racket on that ball. And right here, I'm just telling myself, get that ball back, high net clearance, keep it deep in the court. And then boom, look at that, just pulled in air. Again, looking to do exactly the same formula. Get balls back in play. But Scott can just come up with the goods when he needs to. Look at that. Just some crazy rallying right here. Great shot by Scott. Oh my gosh, pulls me out wide. Not much I can do with that ball. It's just a great shot by him. Same thing, great down the line ball. Outright serve there, and then I think I'm just going for a little bit too much when I don't need to do that. One thing I also wanted to focus on when I was doing this practice set was going for it a little bit more on my first serve on the deuce side, doing that out wide serve. That's something that I want to have in my arsenal where I can pull that out. Arsenal, I think, also just won the Premier League, so and I think I just saw that today. But that is something I want to have in my arsenal where it's like I can pull my opponent out wide and then look to put the point away. And I think I do it perfectly. Well, I hit another ace there. But I think I do it perfectly where I do an excellent +1. Probably later, but that's the one shot. Right there, I think I just gunned it a little bit too early. Just pulled that trigger just a little bit too early. Didn't need to do that. I actually probably could have hit one more shot and then look to pull him a little bit more out wide and then look to hit with a little bit more margin down the line. Just pulling defense into offense right there. Again, looking for that out wide serve. Not a great out wide serve, but a great +1. So here we are, just rallying, just ending our session for the night. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. Share if you'd like with your tennis buddies. It would be greatly appreciated. But I really hope you enjoyed talking about the injuries, the diet, everything that goes behind the scenes, and then getting to see some of the things that I've been working on and talking about points when they're happening. And I think it's great to see that as tennis players, and to just kind of get what's going on inside my head when I'm playing. But yeah, really hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you in the next video.